Embiid and Harden actually played pretty well together when they were on the court over this last month and a half. Their numbers improved as they played together. The problem came when Embiid would go to the bench and Harden would be out there with the second unit. Especially recently, the Sixers got slaughtered in those situations. So, especially because Andre Drummond was a very effective backup to Embiid, and they lost him, replaced him with DeAndre Jordan. So one thing that you want to watch coming into this series is what Doc Rivers decides to do there, about whether or not he actually staggers Embiid and Harden. I mean, that's common sense to play one of your superstars at all times, but he may go away from that. He may play them more together and hand the reins over to Tyrese Maxey with the second unit. And the reason that's interesting to me is because, the 76ers were ready to trade Kyle Lowry the Raptors were ready to trade Kyle Lowry to the Sixers last year, but they wanted Tyrese Maxey. The Sixers wouldn't give him up, so he's still a Sixer, and he could play a big role against the Raptors in this series.
Tyrese Maxey has shown what he is made of in this season. They kind of have a big three in my view. But James Harden was so good last year with the Nets, even without KD and Kyrie. He says he doesn't feel any pressure in these playoffs. First of all, what happened to James Harden? And secondly, what does he have to prove in these playoffs?
Oh, he has everything to prove. Just for the fact that he left KD and Kyrie, that's one thing. But the second thing is, you didn't go to Philly not to have pressure. It's almost like that Russell Westbrook take when he was like he had no expectations when arriving to the Lakers. No, James Harden, you have expectations, and it is pressure on you. In certain cities, in certain organizations, you can't get away with that type of talk. So at the end of the day, I think James Harden knows what he has to go out there and do. But the great part about it is that James Harden doesn't have to be the man. Oh, that's why you have Joel Embiid. So James Harden could be a little bit lesser version of himself from the Houston days, and Philadelphia still could be successful because you have Joel Embiid, the big Philly.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.